Hi guys, welcome to McKola TV. This is another MUFC transfer talk. Bet you weren't expecting this so soon, right? If you've joined me from over on Full Time Devils, then welcome to McKola TV. Hope you guys are doing well. United are in action today, so obviously I was going live a little bit later, about 30 minutes before the game. But after the news that has been breaking over the last hour or two, I've been forced to go live right now. So, what's the latest, I hear you ask? Well, Nemanja Matic is apparently close to joining Manchester United. Now that comes from Marzio and also Sky Sports. This is hot on the heels of the reports that Fellaini had agreed to join Galatasaray in Turkey. So what we're going to do for you guys now on MUFC Transfer Talk number 46. Daniel, you're saying you're late. We've literally just started, mate. So for you guys that are just coming in now, thank you for coming in. We have just started. What we're going to do here today on McKola TV is take a look at the Fellaini report, take a look at the Matic report, and see what is likely to go down. Because at the moment, the way some of you would think it is United have confirmed we're signing Matic and we confirmed we're selling Fellaini. But that isn't the case. We could possibly have both of them in our squad next season. We could have none of them in our squad next season. So, what's the latest? Well, Fellaini yesterday was linked with a move to Turkey in the Turkish press. And initially, it was a first report from Ajanspor, who I believe are quite reliable in Turkey. And what they said was Fellaini had agreed a deal with Galatasaray. No fee had been agreed. They didn't mention anything like that. But that he had agreed terms with the club and was happy to join Galatasaray. But there was nothing else about it. So we hadn't heard, had United let him go? Had United accepted a fee? Had any offer been made? We didn't know anything about that. All we heard was he'd agreed to join Galatasaray. So after that, couple of hours, few hours, Turkish TV goes wild, Turkish media go wild, and they go a step further. And they say he has signed a 5-year deal. But how can this be possible? Because United haven't sanctioned a move. So the way I'm looking at it is, the reliable sources in Turkey are saying he's agreed to join Galatasaray. But they're not going as far as to say that Fellaini has already signed this deal. Then, the not so reliable people in Turkey have got excited, like the Sun do, like the Mail do, like the Mirror do, and gone one step further and tried to beat everyone to the punch and say that the deal's done. The facts are, Marouane Fellaini is with the Manchester United squad out in Norway, out in Oslo for the game today against Vålerenga. And Galatasaray, whilst they may have made a bid, British press also report this, there may have been a £10 million bid. While there may have been a bid, no bid has been accepted. And I'm pretty sure, I said this in the stream yesterday, that Manchester United would not sell Marouane Fellaini without another midfielder coming in the opposite direction. I just cannot see people doing that. Callum, how are you doing? Thank you for joining us. Sika Jardi says matters in the last year of his contract. What's happening with that? I'm sure we'll get it sorted. 3 out of 10 people who comment actually know what they talk about. Says, so who said that? Daniel said that. Controversial. Anthony Marshall says Matic is quality. Matic perfect alongside Pogba and Herrera, says Yadu. How you doing, Black Ray? Richard Lee, Anthony Marshall, Sly Frankie, Dragon Galaxy, and Venturesi and Ines are all in the house today. So yeah, as I was saying, it doesn't seem like any deal is done. Let's not get carried away. Marouane Fellaini has not left yet. That we do know. Marouane Fellaini is still a Manchester United player. Hasn't gone anywhere. So let's not get too excited. In terms of a fee, we're hearing that they have offered around £10 million. Whether that has been accepted or not remains to be seen as well. So we move on from that. My opinion on the Fellaini one being, we need to get a midfielder in before we sell one. And then what happens today? The Nemanja Matic news comes back into the headlines, straight back into the headlines today. We hear Marzio say that a deal is very close to being completed, and we hear Sky Sports repeat the same. Pretty much sure they're using Marzio's reports. So we're hearing this. Now, last week or about 10 days ago, there were reports that Roman Abramovic had sanctioned the move. He had given Matic his blessing to leave. That's what we heard. And now it seems that the deal is getting closer. Like I mentioned before, it wouldn't surprise me if Chelsea were dragging their heels on purpose in order to delay this move for Manchester United, in order to upset the rhythm of our pre-season settings and our pre-season preparation for the coming season ahead, in order to, just prolong things. They've tried and made him go to Juventus. That move hasn't happened. That move hasn't transpired. And it seems like Nemanja Matic only wants Manchester United. And if that's the case, I absolutely love that. So this is where we're at with Matic now. Now, these are two completely separate transfer stories which could intertwine, but they may not intertwine. So what we could see is Matic move confirmed, completed. He joins Manchester United. Then as a result, Fellaini feels you guys have brought in a player that's going to stand in my way of regular first team football. Therefore, I would like to leave. I have already agreed terms with Galatasaray. Can you get a fee agreed? So that's one possibility. There's also another possibility that Jose Mourinho has said Fellaini can go if he gets one or two more in. But if it's just Matic coming in, Fellaini going out, and that happens, then I believe that is a great opportunity for the likes of Pereira and Timothy Fosu-Mensah. Now, some of you guys have been commenting on Matic's reliability and his quality, and I totally agree with you there. He's reliable, his quality, his experience. He's a proven Premier League player, won the Premier League, played under Jose Mourinho. Mourinho knows what he will get with Nemanja Matic. So if Matic comes in and Fellaini does go out, great opportunity for the likes of Fosu-Mensah and Pereira. We've seen Andreas Pereira already playing that number 10 role, playing that number 6 role, number 8 role out wide. We know he's flexible. He can play in various positions. So this is the way the situation is at the moment, guys. Neither move is complete, but that's the way I'm reading things at the minute. Now, of course, I don't know any inside scoop. I haven't got any sources, any of that stuff. I don't mean to, I'm not going to try and come off with some glamorous story that I know all the insight. I don't. This is just what I'm trying to figure out from all the press and what my gut feeling would tell me, because you have to be sensible with these things. We're not going to let Fellaini go unless somebody's coming in. Now, Star Blogger says Matic is too slow. Now, I have to disagree with that. He may not be the quickest, but you don't need super fast central defensive midfielders. Michael Carrick, he's never been super quick. And the only reason Carrick's gone now isn't because of his pace. It's because he's getting older and his legs have gone. So it's not about, he's too slow. I don't think that's a problem. That's a great point from Anthony Marshall. He says Matic didn't have a pre-season. He didn't train with the Chelsea first team that went out to Asia and stuff. So that is obviously a setback as well. He'll be a little bit behind everybody else. Is the game on TV tonight? Says Richard. I'll be watching it on MUTV, mate. So that's where I'll be watching it. Speaking about the game is obviously tonight. I'll be covering the game here on Adam McKola TV. I'll be live 30 minutes before kickoff. So kickoff's at 6 p.m. UK time. I'll be live just before that, half an hour before. So 5:30 p.m. UK time. Make sure you join us then. Hit that like button, guys. Get liking the video and get subscribing as well. Of course, we've got over 300 people in at the moment. Stephen, thank you for joining us. Night Whisper, thank you for joining us. Do I think Matic, Herrera and Pogba will work? I do think Matic, Herrera and Pogba will work. I think it's got great balance to it. I think Matic will allow Pogba to play football. He'll allow Herrera to be his usual busy self. People mention that Matic hasn't got the speed or the pace. We don't need him for the speed or the pace. We need him for his defensive reliability. We need him for his protection of the back four. Thanks for the comment, Jack. Tony V, Dodonka, exactly what we need. Now, Tony V, you may know an awful lot about the Dunker. I'm not doubting what you know about him. But I do doubt everybody that says it. Because so many people this week, this last 2 days, have been commenting saying, we need Den Dunker, we need Den Dunker. I hadn't heard him linked to us. I hadn't seen any comments of him joining us up until today, yesterday, the day before. And that comes after he was linked with us in the press. So why is it people who hear a player linked to us for 1 week all of a sudden think we can't do without him? It just doesn't make any sense to me. It genuinely doesn't. Bud the Red, thank you for getting involved again. Matic, Pogba, Herrera is incredibly similar to Modric, Kroos and Casemiro, says Mitch Muller with high praise. But I think he's got a great balance to it. I think that midfield three is obviously fantastic. They won back-to-back Champions Leagues. And if we can get to those levels, happy days. But I do think that midfield three is good enough to win the Premier League, that's for sure. Anker says the transfer market is so overblown. I agree. I can see us paying around 35-40 million for Nemanja Matic. I think that's, stupid money really for a player of his age, and of course a player that isn't wanted by Chelsea. But given that we're buying a player from one of our rivals, given that we are Manchester United, given all those aspects of the deal, I'm not surprised. Nemanja, whoa, says Menez. Will we be singing that again? Is it right to be singing that again? How old is Matic, says El Chapo. I think he's 29 or he's 28, just turning 29, I think. But let me just get confirmation of that. Yes, he's 28. He turns 29 in 2 days' time. I'm not going to Ireland for the Sampdoria match, unfortunately. Mr. Stephen Howson will be out there, though, so you can, of course, find him if you're out there. Farhan says Matic 25 million max. And I agree, 2 years ago, a year ago maybe, 3 years ago, but not this year. Not this year, when the fees are as they are in this market. Like a Perv says, I think 35 mil is about okay in this market. 40 mil, yes, we're overpaying, but you can understand it. Shabanka thinks we should go to the 3-5-2. I'm not sure about it permanently. I think it will have times when we can use it and times when we should use it. But I don't think we could use that permanently. I just don't think it would work. Star Blogger seems to think the Perisic deal is off. I think because of you hear reports recently that the Glazers have kind of stepped in and said we don't want to pay big money for big players like that and to keep holding out. And I would be really disappointed if them cunts got anywhere near transfer business. But besides that, you can see the hesitation in it. Spending almost 100 million on two players that are nearly 30. It is a little bit ridiculous. We've got close to 100 likes now. We've got over 350 people in here. So surely we can get to 150 likes. As I hit that like button. Arsenal going to win the league, says the oh Jesus Christ. They never learn, do they? They never learn. Never learn. Matic is reliable as fuck, says Tom Dillon. He actually said magic, but I'm guessing it was a typo. Tony Montana says Barca match showed that our team can't cross the ball. Maybe that's why they're looking at someone like Perisic. Dragon Galaxy's in the house. Mad Bro 69's in the house. Are we selling anyone? Because we've got a huge squad. Have we really got a huge squad though? Look, if Fellaini goes and Matic comes in, our midfield's the same. If Lindelof's already coming, we hear rumours about Smalling or Jones or someone like that going. I don't think we have got a massive squad. Nefarious says South Ashley Young already and Matic is an excellent signing. Can't see Ashley Young going anywhere. He's not fit for starters, so he probably wouldn't pass a medical. And then also, I just can't see him going. FIFA X Pros says Perisic is fire. Andrew Malloy says don't get why people hate on Matic. Mate, I'm probably going to go on a little bit of a rant now, but I tell you why people don't don't like Matic. Because they're absolute morons, mate. What happens is they get sucked into the next best thing. They get sucked into all the hipster choices. Oh, I want this guy. Oh, I want that guy. Oh, I want this guy. Oh, I'll sign this guy on Football Manager. Oh, I've got to sign this guy on FIFA. And they refuse to then look at other alternatives. So because they want player X, player Y, player Z, they refuse to look at Nemanja Matic, who has won 2 Premier League titles, who has been a key player for Chelsea in those Premier League titles, who has played for Jose Mourinho before, who brings experience that we need to the side, who is better than any other central defensive midfielders we have at this moment in time. I think in his peak, Carrick was obviously better than him, but Carrick isn't in his peak anymore. Matic, 28, turning 29, I think is the ideal signing for us in central defensive midfield. People can't look at the positives that he brings to the side because they're too caught up in who they wanted, who they thought was better, who's the latest flash in the pan, this, that and the other. And I think it's moronic, to be totally honest with you. Look, I can see why Fabinho would be a good signing. I can see why, who else would be, I can't even think, Nangalan would be a good signing. I can see why Verratti would be a good signing. But sometimes you've just got to be realistic. You've got to be fucking realistic. You've got to be able to look at deals and see, can that really happen? Why would that happen? Does the player want to come to Manchester United? Does he want to come to England? Does he want to leave Paris Saint-Germain? Are United likely to spend that money on him? Who's his agent? Who's he talking to already? Who's in the market for him? Like, you don't look at these things. You don't look at facts that are there in front of your face and things that you can use to get a better opinion. And I just think sometimes it's just spoiltness. You're not gonna get everything you want. You're not gonna get everything your own way. But look, I remember back in the day when I was a little kid and I was like that. I used to look on teletext every now and then, refresh, go to gossip column, who we signing, check this, check that. And I remember checking, oh, United have signed Dwight York. But we've been linked to Patrick Kluivert. I want Patrick Kluivert, not Dwight York. Dwight York scores goals for Villa, but yeah, that's Villa. He hasn't done it in the Champions League. It's Dwight York. Plays for Trinidad and Tobago. He plays for Villa, I don't want him. And then look what happened. We went and won the fucking treble with Dwight York. So, look, you may not get the signings that you want all the time, but trust me when I say we got a manager here that you have to trust his track record. I'm not his biggest fan. I never was his biggest fan. He's started to grow on me a little bit. But one thing I do know is you've got to give him time and you've got to look at his track record. Look at his track record. His signings already. Zlatan, Pogba, Mickey, Bailly, Lukaku, Lindelof. The only one with question marks on them is Lindelof. The only one with question marks. Mr. Problematic says Chelsea are laughing all the way to the bank. And I agree, they've got a very, very good fee. A very good fee for Nemanja Matic if it turns out to be 35-40 million. But I don't think United, I don't think Jose Mourinho, I don't think Nemanja Matic, I don't think Nemanja Matic's teammates at Man United, if he does become a Man United player, will care about that. I genuinely don't. If Matic comes and performs well, the fee will be forgotten. If Nemanja Matic is the difference between Man United winning the Premier League and finishing above Chelsea, then does it really matter about the fee? Does it? It doesn't. And I think Chelsea would forget it then as well. Abdullah says, seems salty. Who am I salty of? Mong. Best manager in bed. Shout out from your Ukraine, says Tamil. Nice one, mate. Who cares? If you win the league, it's worth it, says Jacob. I agree. Next big thing says Lindelof is shite, though. You also just said Arsenal are going to win the league, so I'm not going to trust your judgment there, mate. Cheers, Reese, who says make sure you subscribe to Adam McKola TV. Yes, if you are new to the channel, then do hit that subscribe button. We're going to be back at 5:30 p.m. today with half an hour of preview chat before Manchester United get underway against Vålerenga in Norway, in Oslo. Ankush, hi mate, how you doing? IRL James says, what have I missed? So basically, we've obviously been talking about the Turkish reports that Fellaini has agreed a deal with Galatasaray. British press report that no fee has been agreed with Manchester United. And I get the feeling United are waiting to get a deal done before they let him go. So then what happens today? Apparently the Nemanja Matic deal will be closed and will be complete very, very soon at Manchester United. Obviously it's not done yet, but Sky Sports are reporting, the Marzio are reporting, who are pretty reliable as well, that United are close to a deal for him. And I can see if there is truth in the Fellaini stuff, which there appears to be at this moment in time, in terms of there being interest from Galatasaray. If there's truth in that, then I can see him going to Galatasaray once United get Nemanja Matic, because I think Nemanja Matic coming in may make Marouane Fellaini think, am I really wanted here as first choice? At 29, is Marouane Fellaini going to want to stick around at Manchester United on the bench? He's, first team for Belgium at the moment. Is he going to want... He wants to obviously play for Belgium more. If he's not playing for Manchester United, will he be first choice in Belgium? So you've got all those things to think about. Jose Mourinho obviously likes him. And I think if Jose Mourinho had the choice, he would keep Marouane Fellaini. But it may come out of his hands. It may be a case that Marouane Fellaini wants to play first team football. Jose can't offer him that week in, week out. And Shaka says, Matic is not what we need. What do we need, mate? What do we need? A central defensive midfielder to alternate and replace Michael Carrick in the squad. Premier League experience is optional, but it's a positive. Premier League winner, proven experience, played with Jose. 29 years old, he's got the experience that we're maybe lacking in certain areas of the team. He's not what we need. Really? Really? No one's doing a dab here. Darren G says he's just woken up. Mate, you've missed a couple of things. You've missed, obviously, Fellaini's close to a move to Galatasaray. And Matic is apparently close to a move to Manchester United. So it's all been kicking off. Anyway, guys, you guys have all been legends. I will be back at 5 p.m. 5:30 p.m. sorry. So make sure you join us then at 5:30 for the pre-match chat ahead of Manchester United against Vålerenga. For now, though, guys, the rumours are Fellaini's on his way, Matic is on his way, and am I on my way to 40k? Hit that subscribe button if you are in the house, and if you haven't subscribed yet, hit that like button as well, guys. Help us get to 200-300 likes. And of course, for now, I'm out of here. I'm off to get some breakfast, lunch, whatever it is. I'm starving anyway. See you later.